Oh, that was on?
We're on now.
Oh, we're on now. Hello, children.
Every time you ask, was that on, it's right after that is when I turn it on.
Oh. Well, this is a Metal Perspective show. I'm Pete.
Swift Jesus.
This is Swift Jesus? No, that's Swift Jesus. This is,
I look more like Jesus now with my hair and beard.
Yeah.
Just like you did before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. This is, Chester.
Yeah, just some metalhead.
Some metalhead. There's some metalhead today.
Just a fanboy.
And what was her name again?
I don't remember. We had a name for it, and I don't remember.
Yeah, I forgot what it was.
I should have wrote it down.
We can just roll back the show and listen to it.
I can right fucking now.
And the Conqueror.
No, it's fucking...
Douches.
And the Terrible.
They're douches is what they are.
We had a funny
I
name.
think it was like Goat Whore or something like that.
No.
That's a band.
Jesus Christ.
In fact, they were just here in Orlando.
What's the fuck is that?
Oh, we missed Goat Whore?
Yeah, it was on a Sunday.
I don't remember what it was, honestly.
Yeah, well, last week we did the Rolling Stone has a top 200 it was top 200 singers.
Vocalists.
And it was amongst
singers.
the staff. So they're top 200 singers amongst the staff and not voted on by the people, it's whatever. And to me, it was a lot of crap that people had thrown up to like one up each other. Like these are obscure, unknown fucking people, like African singers and all kinds of funky shit. A lot of blues, a lot of bluesy people that don't belong in there, a lot of bluesy people that do belong in there. Some country music that did belong.
And then
some
like
that didn't.
African tribal music and shit.
So shit like that.
So what about
But
like...
totally some of them that you could totally agree with.
I was about to say, what about like your rock and metal vocalists?
Probably 4 of them on there.
Really?
They
Yeah.
had Ozzy,
Wow.
Dio, Halford.
And that was as
Dickinson?
far as we got. No,
Yeah,
not yet.
Mm.
They had
Ripper?
not the Colt.
No.
Or no, not Ripper.
They had Danzig,
Danzig.
Yeah,
That's what it
Danzig.
was. Glenn Danzig was
and then
like
they
a
had the Colt.
198.
No, they had the Colt. The
No,
guy.
well, Colt's not metal, but
Well, I understand.
Glenn Danzig was 199.
It was way up there.
So, you know, some of these people that really don't fucking belong in there. I mean, you got Kelly Clarkson, which is a popular singer, all the way down here, and you have some African tribal fucking shit that...
Bob Seger.
Bob
He's
Seger
way,
is in there.
He's that far down, or that far
Yeah.
up, however you want to call it.
And then they had some French people, and
They had Neil Young.
Neil Young was above all. Yeah, he was up there.
Like, I wouldn't have even put him in 200.
Sylvester.
But
I remember Sylvester. But anyway, there it is. Bobby Blue Bland was with 165 Ronnie James Dio.
He should be further down.
Further down?
Like he should be one
Oh.
within the top 100, not 200.
Yeah, no, that's what I was figuring too.
Ozzy was higher than Dio was.
Oh yeah, Ozzy was higher, and Ozzy's
Ozzy was 112.
something like that.
It seems more like, I don't know, maybe popularity over anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just,
Like this, Mercedes Sosa. I mean, come on, man.
it's everybody's perspective, clearly, for
Well,
Rolling
it's-
Stone.
yeah.
So, I mean, they're just going to take... You know, they'd probably all put, like, where would you put this list? And people had to go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's probably how they did it.
Right. But here you go. Tribal music right there. Yeah, I'm sure Ronnie James Dio said his voice is better than that. You know, I don't want to make fun of the...
Ronnie James Dio's voice is better than Ozzy's voice.
Yes.
Yes. And that's what we were saying too, but...
Even though I'd still prefer the Ozzy era of Sabbath over the Dio era. But I think...
That's what I was talking
I
about.
think vocally though, like, you know, just as far as like, you know, falsetto and range, I think Dio's a better singer.
So now but before we hop onto this list, we're at 100 right now.
Yeah.
Who's better, Halford or Dio?
That's
Well,
tough.
that's
That's a
tough
tough one
call.
for me. That's
They're
a
they're
tough ball
both
for me.
amazing singers with great
Yeah.
range.
They're both like two of my idols.
I don't know.
Like, I know. That's
I'm
hard.
swinging Dio really, but Halford is definitely a close.
They're so different types. They're both so different types of.
Yeah, but you're doing
yes,
singers though.
if you're bringing in style,
And so is Halford and Elton John. They're two different, but
And
they're
they're
in the
both-
same fucking list.
Well, Dio and Halford are both, like traditional heavy metal. So they're both the same style of metal, but
different.
I almost
style
feel like
singing.
Halford has more of a range. He has more of a falsetto
Mm.
than Dio does, but Dio has a very signature melody in his voice.
Yeah, it's hard for me because you see Halford dial it back when he does his Christmas
Mhm.
stuff, and some of his other music. But when he wants to turn it on, and he wants to get punchy. He can get
Yeah,
punchy.
when he goes full octane, like the stuff he did with Fight and the Painkiller album, where he really hits the high notes.
Yeah, man. Well, anyway, we're gonna start with the album
Oh, you want to start with the album?
review. We're not gonna do the top 100. We're gonna do the album review first. What? We're gonna take 15 minutes of this time. 15 fucking minutes. And we're gonna review this fucking album. And I will give you my horns review afterwards. But tell us what we got going on here.
So what I got going on here, before we get into the details of the actual like songs and stuff, is Obituary's latest release, Dying of Everything. I think they announced this album was coming out. I don't know, maybe back in October.
Yeah, I think that's when
maybe November.
Was it October or November where they were?
But it was so far been my most anticipated album of this new year, 2023, and it was well worth the wait. So what I got, pre-ordered this one straight from Relapse Records.
special.
Yep. The Blue Splatter edition, limited
Blue
to like
Splatter.
543 copies.
You're right. It's definitely like an old school Marvel.
Like an old
Yep.
marble, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking looks awesome. I love the look of the fucking record.
Hell yeah! And we were fortunate enough to see him on the Amon Amarth tour
Yep.
back in November, and they did play "The Wrong Time," which was the first single of the album that they actually released on
It
streaming
was fucking
platforms.
good. No, I like that one. No,
Yep.
that's good. Not the best on their album though.
No, "Barely Alive" is the first track, and that's just a raw, brutal obituary song.
Mhm.
It's great. And then "The Wrong Time," "Without a Conscience," "War." I love that song
That's a
because
good one.
it has like the sound effects of war, literally. Radio chatter, machine guns, fast movers, flying overhead, and then of course the self-titled track "Dying of Everything." And then the second side, flip that over, and then you got "My Will to Live," "By the Dawn," "Weaponize the Hate." They went a little, they touched on a little controversial on this album, which that's not something they really do or really they have before, like on the World Demise album.
Right.
"Torn Apart," which just sounds like a
I-
straight up death metal song.
Well, and just real quick, I've noticed a lot of bands when they touch on controversial topics, it's normally when a lot of the band members are getting tired of certain situations going on. It's like it's almost like they do it when they're like trying to get some kind of release.
Yeah, it's
out of
almost like
frustration.
an outcry against like you could say like
Bullcrap.
cancel culture and shit.
Yeah.
If you like listen to the lyrics a little bit, and then the very last track is called
kinda
"Be Warned," and I just love the slow, the Obituary's traditional slow, raw, just doomy as fuck sounding.
That was one of their better songs.
Yeah, it's almost like a lot of Obituary songs, including some of the ones on this album, it's almost like you're about to be swarmed by 10,000 zombies. You're anticipating, either getting eaten alive or you have like one bullet and a gun and you can blow your brains out. Take your pick. Think about it. That's just how Obituary makes me feel when I listen to their shit. It's so fucking brutal. I love it. I love Obituary. They're probably my favorite death metal band.
Yeah, I loved War. I like the acoustics at the end. It was a different change. It was a change. I like that. Some of the stuff was good. Bit repetitive on a couple songs, but that's me. I don't like a lot of repetitive stuff. The sound was great.
Iron Maiden's a lot of repetitive sounds.
No, but
Yes,
I'm talking
but-
like this is the same three
Same
chords
riff,
over
not
and
just-
over and over and over. No, you would have to hear what I'm talking about on this. I think it's probably one of their top 5 albums.
At least out of their newer releases, I would think, between the last self-titled Obituary, and before that it was Ink and Blood, and then prior to that I think it was Executioner's Return, if I'm not mistaken. But their Obituary, is, to me, in my opinion, is just one of those bands that have been around for over 30 years now, and they just, like a lot of these bands that are still going, since then, or even, longer, I think they get better with age. They're seasoned, musicians.
Yeah, they have.
At this point,
Well,
They
that's
have a
what I'm
track
saying. That's what I'm
following,
saying.
I'll
that,
give you
that-
that much, because you go to an Obituary concert,
yeah.
and it's a pretty damn tight following. These people absolutely love this band, and you can feel it, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
you can
If
feel
you
the
could
passion
taste
and-
it, you would.
Yeah.
I mean, it's-
The Tardy,
Yeah.
the Tardy brothers, Donald Tardy on drums, and then of course John Tardy, is the vocalist, and Trevor Perez, being the 3 static members of the band.
they have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They have a lot of fun.
Yep.
But
the
that-
difference between the concert. Again, go ahead.
That's what creates the tight following. It's the enthusiasm, the passion that
Okay.
they show up on stage that
Yeah.
will keep their fans together.
And they're a death metal band too that kind of sets themselves apart from like every other death metal band. Like you hear the guitar tone, you hear John Tardy's vocals, you know right off the bat that's Obituary. If it comes on the radio,
sound, yeah,
and you don't see what's on the radio if you're listening to Sirius XM or whatever, and you just hear that raw, doomy, crunchy guitar tone, that's Trevor Perez from Obituary, and then you hear the raw, vocals of John Tardy that
And you can fucking understand.
and you can,
it,
I was
too.
about to say, you can understand, but it sounds so
too
brutal and sinister. You know it's an Obituary song.
There's got 3 different sounds in this album out of his voice, which are really good. And this is what I'm talking about. Like as they've gotten older, you're right. And they've gotten older, they've gotten better because the music is real tight. I mean, not like the Obituary concert you watch and they're having fun. It's a little looser. It's a fun vibe. The music is real tight, like it's tied together with fucking barbed wire. I mean,
And we've seen them a couple times.
yeah, it's tight. Everything's just like on fucking point. Like they went in there like professionals and fucking did this album for sure. Yeah, and you could hear it. I mean, you could hear the production on it. It's pretty good. And like I said, I think, from my opinion, because I just listened to a bunch of them mixed. Unfortunately, I wanted to listen album by ear, but it just ended up on shuffle, and I'm in the middle of fucking work. I'm like, son of a bitch. But you can hear from early to now, and you can identify if you woke up out of a coma, fucking, and you heard them, you go, oh, I know that's fucking Obituary, man. But you think, oh, that's a little tight and it's new and but you can identify who they are.
So
didn't
for
lose
me, it's not a group that I would sit there and I'd listen to. Just being truthful, Amon Amarth is not a group that I'm going to sit there and
No,
listen
it's an
to.
experience.
Okay, for me, it's going to a concert and enjoying some of that music.
It's the show.
Okay, it really is for me because I think this is not my type of music.
Yeah, yours is
Death
hair
metal.
band and
Okay.
She's not into
It
death
just
metal.
isn't.
power metal. And
But I go to
thrash.
these concerts with you guys and I have a fucking blast. You can feel the closeness. You enjoy the music as a live performance. I think that's where I'm kind of at myself right now is I'd rather go see a live performance than listen to Obituary on the radio because it's not giving me the same thing that it would at a concert because it's not my music.
She's addicted
For
to the
me,
show.
Yeah, for me, when I listen to Obituary though, or any death metal band, it's just the raw sheer power of the guitars, the bass, and the drums that I love, and it makes the hair on my back of my neck stand up. And with Obituary, it's just bang the fuck out of your head, stomp your feet. Like Obituary, just they fucking rule.
Music,
They
And I
rock.
can listen to
they
Iron
kill.
Maiden all day long on the radio while I'm working, and Rob Zombie and all of them, and just love it. I can go to their concert and absolutely love it, but not listen to them while I'm working. If that makes any sense.
No, it makes sense because
Well,
I
see,
can understand for some people it'd be distracting.
Some people, though, too, it's like, in their opinion, some bands are a studio band, whereas other bands are a live performance band, or both. But to some, people's opinion, it's one or the other, so you'd rather see Obituary live than to just listen to their record or listen to them on the radio. Or say for Iron Maiden, obviously you'd listen to them on the radio and see them live.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like for example, like my dad told me when he saw Zeppelin back in the '70s, he said they sucked live, but he loves Zeppelin. He listens to them on the reg, or he listened to them on the reg back in the day. He was like but he was like, yeah, their live performance though sucked.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I'll give you for instance, like I like Prong, I like Crowbar. Those are just not things I can listen to while I'm concentrating on doing like meticulous shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can have stuff on in the background, but there's certain distraction with, and I'm sure there's more bands, but I notice whenever I play Prong and or Crowbar, it's like I'm fucking distracted and I lose shit.
I was just listening. Speaking of Prong, I was just listening to their more recent release.
Yeah, good shit, man.
I saw them for the first time open for Overkill, and they brought it. They delivered it. And speaking of which, Jason Bittner, the drummer for Overkill, is I guess the current supporting drummer. I guess just while Prong's on tour, he's playing with Prong right now on their
Nice.
tour.
Well, and we're gonna have to really decide on where we're gonna see Pantera, because okay, so Pantera. Where did you say?
Rockville.
They're gonna
I
be
think
at Rockville.
We're gonna be at Rockville, so we have to really decide on if we're gonna get tickets to at least that day.
Well, I'm gonna get tickets for the whole weekend.
Are you?
Well, they keep bringing out more people for during the week. I'll just take the fucking,
Yeah, Rockville.
couple days off.
I guess for us, that's like our Vakken. That's as close as we can get.
Yeah.
I mean, there's about 70% of the bands in there I don't care to see, but 30% of them I really
get
want
the
to see.
VIP tickets though, because if it gets hot, I'm
Right.
gonna want to be where I can get under a fucking roof
Right.
and have it.
Well, I think I can get the VIP tickets anyway because you can just give them away or like, hey,
I'm not going
whatever.
this day.
I'm not
Here
going,
you go.
You go or whatever. We could do that with people. Like maybe I might have to go to work or something, and I'll just you can take whoever, that kind of thing. But
Okay.
but as with Obituary, this new album I liked it a lot. It's not the best they've done, and I haven't heard a bad album from them.
But it's
I
not your
haven't heard-
favorite.
No, I haven't heard a mediocre album from them. They're usually above par. They're pretty good. You get they're everything translates through. They're good. Like some death metal albums that's like, dude, I just shut it off. I'm like, I can't fucking do this. And you have to get back to it. This I listened to twice today, which I'm like, fuck, that was actually pretty good. Well, that being said, I think War is one of my favorites, and Be Warned was a good one, and the
My World to Live is really good, in my opinion. I like that
Without Conscience is good, and yeah, My Will to Live, and Dying of Everything was pretty good too, but it wasn't like those. I would have to re-listen to and pick a favorite out of those that, but they're pretty good. Probably Edge Out War because it surprises you. It was kind of repetitive, but then again they go into acoustics. And I'm like, wow, that's fucking different. And then they go, it was pretty cool. Yeah. All in all, I give it like a broken horn.
So like a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, 4 out of 5, maybe 3.9 or 3.5 out of 5. As in,
above average.
Oh, it's
Good
way
for
above
above
average. It's that's why I want to get to that. It's like 3.5 or 4 to 4. Yeah, because you're gonna put up, like the 4s and the 5s would be like the third best, and then the second and first best albums, but this is way above. And I'm saying out of all, if you did a out of 10, it would be like a 7. And I'm talking out of the whole genre of fucking metal music. It's a genre. I keep fucking. I did it again. I see the fucking word in my head and I say it. The genre of metal. It's above most people.
You just say it however you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it however I want.
Comic.
But
He's never said it like that before.
For them, I would say it's a 3.5, and just like I said, the Broken Horn.
What would you think it is?
I'd give it probably a 4 out of 5, which is like 8 out of 10, in my opinion. I'm easy to please, but I'm just comparing it across the board to like every other Obituary album. Their earlier stuff is probably their, like most of these, older bands, probably their best works.
I'm saying it's because it was the effort put into
this.
Was
as far as like legendary album wise, I don't think it compares to Cause of Death. It doesn't compare to The End Complete or Back from the Dead.
Now you know I gave it 3.5.
Yeah. But out of their newer shit though, it's pretty solid.
Oh, out of their
it's
probably their best out of their.
It's probably their second or third best out of their out of like the new like the current generation of Obituary that the generation of albums like the last 3 or 4 that have come prior to this one. It's probably their third best one in my opinion.
I don't know. It struck it with me, and there were hardly any songs
Yeah. No. There's no song. There's no definitely like every Obituary album.
But as I said, for the genre,
there's no song worth skipping. I can listen to the whole thing.
I can listen
without skipping a track. That's every Obituary album anyway.
But for the genre, they've always been above average to me. They are pretty legendary anyway.
I would consider Obituary as part of like the top 4 of Florida death metal. Like
I'd say of all of them, man.
Obituary, Death, Deicide, Morbid Angel, like those 4 right there, like in my opinion. Or maybe I think I like Cannibal Corpse more than I like Morbid Angel, but Cannibal Corpse was from New York, but they moved down here to because this is where the scene was happening. This is where they got their record label at the time. I forgot what it was, but. But I think the masses too, the death metal masses would consider like Morbid Angel, Deicide, Death, Obituary is like the big 4 of Florida death metal. So.
Yeah. So
or death metal in general.
I give it 1 broken or 2 horn or 1 horn and a broken horn, so it's pretty good. Yes, I already did it.
And I wasn't looking.
She was looking at something else.
Oh, I thought you're looking at pretty lights. Like
no, I was looking at my I Love Lucy dolls in the mirror.
Oh, I thought you were looking at like the balloons, like fucking Hillary Clinton.
Look at the balloons.
You're an idiot.
Oh,
Never
balloons! I like balloons. All right. Back to our Rolling Stone Top 100.
You gotta admit, with Hillary, a lady with brain damage, she can actually speak pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she can kill you pretty good too.
Yeah.
No, she can kill yourself pretty good.
Yeah, she can.
She could
can
suicide you.
shit make
So
you
if
look
any of
like
us
you had a
commit suicide,
pretty
you
good.
know, shortly after this podcast,
You know,
know
we're
why.
fucking all gonna be dead after this podcast. Like, yeah, motherfuckers, hang them all. So Elton John's number 100, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
He shouldn't be on the list.
Fuck no. I don't think he should be in the top 100.
Now,
I don't think
don't
he's
get
that
me wrong. In
fucking
terms of popularity and performance, people loved his concerts. And
So are they like
Singing.
are
All
they
of them.
are they like rating these singers based on like talent or like songwriting?
Singing
Or both?
ability.
I think
Talent.
the whole package, the singing and the talent, or the songwriting.
Because a lot of them were like
and-
songwriters, you
and
know,
Yeah,
performances.
and wrote and did write really good songs.
Yeah.
According to the title and according to the description, it's supposed to be vocal ability, but
And
it
I
seems
think
like
he's
it's more
got
popularity.
A great voice, and he should be in the top 200.
In the top 200, but not the
Well,
top
he is
100.
in the top 200. So
He's technically
No, he's in the top
100.
100. That's why we're
100.
starting this show as
and
the
I'm
top
fine
100.
with that. I could totally
I
dig
know.
him at a top
I know.
100.
I know. There are some people in the 200, in the lower half of that you said should have been in the 100.
I know.
You know, but yet he's above it
And I'm okay with that.
because somebody is fucking taking down Elton John's Yellow Thick Load. All right, Clyde McPhatter, tenor. He's
R&B.
rhythm and blues. I don't know.
You can draw the line
What
from
group
Frankie
did he
Lynn,
play with?
Michael Jackson, or Justin Timberlake. He led
He-
two of the
he
best
dropped-
groups in the decades. Oh, he was in the Dominoes.
Who's
Well,
the
there you
Dominoes?
go.
There
And
you
the
Okay.
go.
founding
And
of
the
the
Drifters.
Drifters.
Oh, the Drifters.
Totally
There.
get it
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, he did White Christmas. Okay, everybody fucking did White Christmas. That's right. Bob Marley. No.
No.
No, absolutely not. Not
I like
that.
his music. Don't
Great
get me
songwriter,
wrong,
yeah.
But
Wow.
his
Great.
voice.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, no, he's
not a
the,
singer.
The music's awesome. Hey, you want to just fucking get drunk or stoned or whatever,
Or I listen to Bob
I've
Marley
actually-
when
I just
I'm
like to
having a hard
listen to
time or
the-
something
It's like
like
beach
that.
music.
or
if you ask
just
me.
fucking chill out,
Yeah.
whatever.
It puts
Yeah,
you
it's
in a
fine.
mood, but it's not his voice that puts me in that mood.
It's not my
It's his writing
music,
style.
but I won't complain if it's on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I
This is
I
from
actually.
More
I actually-
metal than I am. shit.
Well, I actually like listening to Bob Marley like when I'm at the beach for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe
We've had
because-
him on.
Maybe because of the
a
reggae,
couple times.
Jamaica,
Yeah.
Island Beach. I don't know. Maybe that's why.
Sure.
No.
Okay.
No, Usher. I don't think it even.
I love
close.
myself so much.
No.
Yeah, you can have that. Usher.
Would he be in a 97 for me? No. But he could totally be in the top 200.
Really, you put a lot of people in the top.
Sheldon,
200.
I really, really,
That-
really
that
like
list
his
is
voice.
There's
really
a 200
fucking big.
people person
you
choice.
Just do
so.
not listen to him.
Oh, I've heard him. I've heard plenty of his fucking music. It sucks. It's the same as everybody else.
Oh,
He
you're
is
sure?
Yes!
no fucking Chuck Berry.
This is
Chuck
what I
Berry.
wanted. I
We
wanted
talked
Chuck
about
Berry
this.
on the list.
Now, as a vocalist, I don't know, but he definitely deserves.
I think he was like, for vocal wise, more metal than fucking for the time.
Oh yeah, for the time
For the
he
time,
was
he
way.
was.
I believe he was one of the originators of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Oh, he was for sure.
It's always a dilemma as to who started what genre, and between rock and roll, it's like between Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis. You know.
I think they all had their hands in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
honestly.
all
Even
at
Johnny
the same
Cash.
time.
Yeah.
The Big
Yeah.
Bopper.
They all had their hands in it,
Yeah.
and it just kind of evolved.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Same with
Yeah.
metal. It's like
Well,
Was
that's what I
it really
talking
Black
about, like Buddy
Sabbath?
Holly and shit.
you know.
Was it Led Zeppelin?
Was it Led
'Cause
Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin.
Was it Deep Purple? Was it Rainbow? Was it Jimi Hendrix?
Iron
You know?
Butterfly.
I
Yeah.
really
Iron
think
Butterfly.
again, it just kind of people took certain pieces of that and made it into different genres of metal.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when you listen to like the bands, or even shit, you could even say, was it Judas Priest? Because the bands that came later in the '80s, like your thrash metal bands and stuff, they'll tell you that their influences are Black Sabbath and Deep Purple and AC/DC
And Aerosmith, and they were all involved in that in the 70s.
UFO.
UFO, yeah. Well, it goes down to Steppenwolf and Paul Revere and the Raiders. And
Cream.
all that. You know, Cream. I mean, they were fucking.
To me,
for
yeah.
the time, it was fucking. Yeah, that's heavy.
To
metal,
me,
man.
yeah, the Who. To me, it was the guitar tone. It was the tone of that guitar.
Yeah,
that really
fucking
raw distortion that they brought to the table.
That and the fucking drums were in that.
You know, I feel bad for this, but I always forget about Cream.
I just mentioned
Cream was one of the earliest fucking.
Well, because the
I just mentioned Cream,
the
yeah.
problem
Yeah.
is I associate that with Eric Clapton. When you say Clapton and shit, because Clapton was rock and roll. Like, I mean, it was pretty hard rock for the time.
Yeah.
But now everybody thinks, oh, no, he's a fucking bluesy guy. He was fucking rock and roll.
He was
They had,
rock
like,
and
a
roll.
real, like they would consider what
Well, rock and
they call
roll
it
is
acid rock or some shit.
rock and roll's kind of is all blues oriented anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
But
No,
blues
I,
rock.
I just think it's a shame because I
It's,
always forget about
faster,
Cream, and I
heavier
love
beat.
Cream. Cream is fucking great. I love listening to Cream.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just-
I
I
love
just
their-
forget about
I
it.
love Cream because, like I said, you know, their guitar tone, Eric Clapton's guitar tone, Cream.
So, but this is obviously around the world. Vincente Fernandez, and yes, if anybody has lived any length of fucking time in California, you've heard of fucking Vincent
At some point.
Vincente Fernandez. You've heard him, and there are many other Mexican singers that are far fucking better than him. I can't name them off the top of my head, but you know, I've heard. Yeah, I know who this guy is, and yeah, I mean,
I don't know why he has such a huge following, but whatever.
yeah.
He must have a big cock or something. I don't know.
Toots Hibbert.
Toots Hibbert. Yes, Toots.
Reggae pioneer.
Yeah,
Reflections
well, you know,
voice.
no. And then this is
Stevie
Stevie
Nicks.
Nicks. No, I don't fucking think so.
I think she's got a good voice.
She's got a
I
good
do
voice,
too.
not a top 200 voice.
But see,
Stevie Nicks.
I don't know. She's,
I would say
she's
not
pretty,
the top
she's
100.
pretty. She's
Now,
pretty
when
legendary,
you do that,
I
you
agree.
take out the fucking like every other fucking female singer at that fucking time too that you can compare
it
it
doesn't
to.
matter. I think Stevie Nicks should be part of this. I really do.
In the top 200.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm good with her being 93.
Yeah,
Oh, Anita Baker, 92.
I could go with that.
Beautiful voice. Beautiful.
Yeah, I can go with that. I haven't seen Pavarotti in here yet.
I haven't seen Halford or Dickinson either.
No.
Halford was up in the like 160 range.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
fuckers.
like down there with Dio. Actually, he was below Dio,
Dio,
which I was kind of shocked. Actually, I was really shocked because you know, I was shocked that they were both below 200. But
Okay.
Nasrat Fateh Al Khan, this seems like a ass kiss.
Who's that?
I have no idea. He's an archival performance, a Pakistani vocal master. Get Pakistan in here, they get Pakistan. He can go the fucking way. Gal Costa, don't know who she is.
Is that a dude?
No.
She's got man hands.
She got man hands, big time.
I totally disagree with Selena. I don't know what the fetish is with Selena.
Oh, you're already down the list. We haven't
Yeah.
even gone through that. This is yeah.
Well,
Selena,
that was
yeah.
because I went past this gal thing, because I don't know who the fuck.
Yeah, I don't know how Gal Costa
Yeah,
is.
no,
The
but
only
Selena-
thing I know of Selena is like
Is
the movie
she
they did
died.
about her with what's her name, Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, and Jennifer
You know,
Lopez
and-
is a better singer.
And yeah, I probably,
Yeah.
I would agree with that. So I'm with you. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Jimmy Rogers, yeah.
There you go.
That's like old country. Like
Yeah, but
Yeah,
was
old
he
shit.
like?
that predates like Hank Williams.
Yeah, he's like
Was he like a top 200 singers? you
he's top
think?
200 singers. Yeah, he is country. He
Like,
is.
you may have heard like country songs or like southern rock songs that were
Yeah.
actually covers of his original stuff, like T for Texas, stuff like that.
Well,
He's
Okay.
a yodeler. He did the
Yeah.
That's probably why he started that whole thing.
yodeling is nuts.
Yeah, well,
Yodelers
the
are impressive
country
fucking
yodel
people.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. And like you know the was it Homeward Bound, the movie with the 3 cows and
Yes.
shit? Yeah.
Well, the dogs and the cats.
That's like when Randy Quaid was doing it. That's but it was more country and more so like shit like that. Anyway, Diana Ross is number fucking 87, ladies and gentlemen. 87, Diana Ross. I'm not gonna argue with that.
Good. I'm gonna have to punch
Well,
you
I
in the
might
face.
argue with it depending on who's above her, because
I
I'll
really
have
like
fucking
her.
problems.
She's got a beautiful voice, though.
No, but I'm just saying. We'll go to the Michael
Well,
Jackson.
Michael Jackson 86.
No, I'm talking the next female singer
Oh, I got
because men don't sound like women except for Michael
Michael
Jackson.
Jackson.
Well, I was just saying, I think Michael Jackson, though, yeah, his voice.
Which I'm shocked, and
I'm shocked
this
he's
is
all
not.
the way 86.
yeah, he
Yeah,
should be
I-
further down as
I
far as
really
like.
Yeah.
think he had one of the legendary voices
Oh,
of
yeah,
all time.
And people
For
try
sure.
to emulate that voice too.
But you know what? You
Bruno
know what
Mars.
sucks? I don't think he explored enough of his range. He always stayed high. I swear.
No,
I think,
he did some he did a few songs that were fucking like borderline rock.
Mm.
I mean, actually, you would
They
call it rock and
were.
roll, man.
I
Van
just,
Halen played with him.
yeah.
He did.
What was his guitarist?
He was a fucking showman.
Orthali I forget her name.
I don't know.
But she, she's a pretty killer guitarist,
Mm.
and not just that, but Eddie Van Halen played
Mhm.
for him. So
Yeah, and Beat It.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
see,
even
that was one
Slash
thing
did
that was
some
hard-
stuff
he
with,
was
Michael
the-
Jackson. Yeah.
The more of a when you have Way You Make Me Feel and Beat It and those songs,
Yeah.
there's a different voice range for him, and not always the
I'm just saying, like, from where he was, I think he could have gone in total opposite direction and been great at that as well.
Yeah.
But now, funny story with Beat It with Eddie Van Halen. He didn't want his name on the record. He did not want to be credited because he did not think it was going to be sold very, very well, and he did not think it was. He didn't want his bandmates to know that he did something in the pop region.
Well, dude, studio player's a studio player. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
if you're metal or fucking pop.
But he goes,
or
I
whatever.
didn't want anybody to know I did this. And it oversold 1984 or whatever the hell the
yeah.
Van Halen's album was at the time. It oversold fucking Van Halen.
So, what are your thoughts on Johnny Cash?
He should stay about 85. 100 in the 80s. Yeah,
Because his
I think
his
Johnny
voice
Cash
is flat.
yeah, correct, it is. But I think
I'm taking
if
into
you know
consideration
Johnny Cash,
of his new shit or new work shit too.
Mhm.
he's very like when you're in a car and you're listening to whatever music, when Johnny Cash comes on,
Yeah.
Well, and,
he's got that soothing voice.
but but here's the other thing is even if
Distinctive,
you're a
for sure.
person that doesn't know who Johnny Cash is, his voice has a lot of presence. Even when he's singing very low and slow, his voice has a ton
It's
of
signature.
presence.
You can't mistake his voice for
And-
anyone else's.
And in
like
particular,
with My Life when he's saying that song.
yeah, in my life, and like in particular, just
Her-
like he was saying, the older stuff when he was doing cover after cover, it was a totally different feel. It's slower, deeper. I mean, he still had his signature sound to it, but it sounded rougher and older, and it hit really hard.
Johnny Cash is one of Jesse's favorites of all
My
time.
No, I love
favorite.
Johnny Cash too. I was like,
So, I mean, we were buying Johnny Cash CDs for Jesse.
I still have them.
Yeah.
I got some Johnny Cash vinyl.
Let's see, that's some good shit too.
But the other thing is I love about his older shit was he was a lot faster and he was a lot more upbeat with a lot of his music, very quick.
So he kind of started as like a gospel
Oh yeah.
before he did like country.
Yeah,
Me-
we
Oh,
are just
that's
country
nonsense.
rock.
Me and her just started.
Sorry.
Me and her were listening to a little bit of his gospel stuff. It was
I
really
see
good.
you strolled forward a bit.
Yes, she's listening.
Sorry.
So Lada Mangeshkar,
I don't even know who she is.
an Indian name.
Recording over
Indian-
7,000 songs.
I'm gonna
Yeah, of course.
say,
It doesn't
okay,
matter. I can write 7,000 books, and just because I got one fucking decent book doesn't mean I'm a good
I
writer.
see.
So number 83.
Is that one that you're
Yeah.
upset with, right?
So that's a no go, and Amy Winehouse is a no go.
Yeah, that's when I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's a. See, this is where I'm saying. Now I have a problem with the Diana Ross placement. So
I agree because she should be, if she's gonna take
she'd be
that,
a lot
she should be
higher
83.
than Lada Mangashar and Amy Winehouse. Diana Ross, you put her at fucking shame on you,
You know
motherfuckers,
what?
man.
I love Steve Perry, and he's got a beautiful voice.
Steve Perry. Basketball.
Basketball. Steve Perry.
Yes.
He is not a top 200 singer.
Yes, he is.
He's not above Dio. That's for
Yes,
sure.
you know what, Shilman?
No.
Look, I don't care where you play Steve Perry belongs in a place
Yeah.
on
Well,
here.
that's
Play
So-
Steve Perry. His head is right here into this table.
But
I am okay with him being here.
but above Dio.
Well, I think Dio should be closer. So, no,
Way
I'm not
over
happy with it.
Gilberto.
But I can dig that they're saying he's better than Dio.
Joao Gilberto is 81.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Chris Cornell.
Dude,
No.
Chris Cornell shouldn't even be in here. Not even in the top 200. I wouldn't
No.
even say fuck no.
They say Chris Cornell killed himself.
Good.
Well, we'll see Kurt Cobain then.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Kurt
You'll
Cobain's
see
right
him,
here.
and then you'll also see Chad in here.
Oh, I mean,
Lou Harris. No.
I haven't heard that name.
Janis
in a while.
Joplin. See, there you go with the raspy. And this is where I have a problem with Diana Ross and the fucking thing. I like Janis Joplin in top 200 for sure, but
But
not
over.
not over fucking.
I agree with you.
Yeah, no
And I
fucking
like
way.
myself some Janis Joplin.
Yeah,
But
Janis
I-
Joplin's
yeah.
great.
I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Oh no.
I mean, shit. I know this guy's a metal guy and he thinks fucking Diana Ross should be over Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin had some good fucking songs though.
Mhm.
And this Dick Licker, Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, the terrible 77.
Yeah, he's at
He's
77.
not a good singer.
He's 77. I don't think he's that great of a singer.
No.
I mean, he had good songs is what happened. So he had good songs. He could articulate them, I guess, but it doesn't necessarily mean he was a good singer.
That's what I was asking. Did they form this article or level based on like songwriting or actual
No, I
like,
think
or actual like vocal talent
I think
range?
they're trying
all
to
that?
say vocal talent, but
It's
There's
not
no
vocal
fucking
talent.
way.
I don't.
If I'm
I
going
don't
off
see
vocal
that.
talent, no fucking way. Wilson Pickett should be in the
Yeah,
top 200, but not at 77.
If Bruce Springsteen's on it, I expect Jack Black to be on it.
Yeah. Fucking Jack Black.
He could be
Shit.
on this thing.
D'Angelo. I'm not too. I don't know.
I don't
the
know
newer
him.
bluesy
I
shit.
don't know this one.
They
The
say
newer, yeah.
of R&B, I don't know, but
But the trick is R&B nowadays is not R&B as what.
I still don't see myself.
It's
doing
not
it.
like no,
It's
it's
not
like
this-
the
this-
Temptations
yeah.
and, and
But
the Penguins
because the
and
next
stuff
one
like that.
you look at Patti LaBelle, I can see Luther coming up, and Patti LaBelle has a
What,
beautiful
Luther
voice.
Vandross?
Yes.
Yeah.
Patti LaBelle has a beautiful voice.
Mhm.
She really like.
Yeah, I think she should be in the top 74 or
I-
top.
I'm
100
good with
for
where
sure.
she's placed. If you ever, John, you probably don't ever listen to her. Take a minute, listen to a couple of songs, and you'll see why I think she should be where she's at.
Fucking Muddy Waters.
I don't know about this Hector dude.
I'm Hector Lavoe. No, if I don't know it, I don't think. I think a lot of people throw these people in there
Roy
just because they know a
Orbison's
fucking
there.
name. Yeah, Roy Orbison should not be as high as.
I love Roy Orbison.
All right, number 72 is Muddy Waters. Everybody knows fucking Muddy Waters, man. When you think of blues, I've said that on a few people, but he's Muddy Waters. You know, it's good shit. Roy Orbison, top 200, yeah. Not 100. Ronnie Spector.
No.
No.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, no, trust me, no. Yasu Denor. Ndor. Door. I have no idea. I have no idea at all.
With
Rihanna.
who? Okay,
Rihanna?
so I really like Rihanna.
I've heard
But-
her voice.
Okay, she has one of those real distinctive voices
Yeah.
that she can a bit change.
I'd say top
If you
300.
put the right music with her voice, it's really good.
Yeah, but I don't think she should be at
So
68.
if she should, that's what I was just gonna say. Should she be at 68? No, she could be way up that.
Yeah, she'd be in the top 300 or 400.
But I wouldn't. I mean, I don't mind her being on here. I really think she's got really a nice voice.
Yeah. Dennis Brown.
I don't know.
David Ruffin.
No Man is an Island.
I've heard this guy somewhere, but I don't know. Minnie Riperton, yes.
I'm not sure who she is.
Oh, you'll have to play some shit. You know, yeah, she's Bjork, nope.
Nope.
She's 90s, fucking awful.
Bjork, yeah. That's
Bjork.
a no-go.
Like Scandinavian.
Okay, so you go to
Ro-
Robert
what?
Plant.
Robert
Top
Plant
200.
at 63.
Totally top 200, 63 would not be.
Hell no, not. I wouldn't. He shouldn't
But
be
I like
cracking
Robert
the top.
Plant. I mean,
Top 100.
Well, yeah, Robert Plant's not what defined Led Zeppelin, though.
No. Nope.
yeah, but let me put it this way: would Led Zeppelin be Led Zeppelin without Robert Plant?
Yeah.
I disagree. I don't
Between
think
Jimmy
they could-
Page, John Paul Jones, and
Yeah, but okay, so they've got the music
John
part
Bonham,
of
yeah.
it. They've got the music.
they
part
could
of
have had a
it.
better singer.
I liked him though.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he's not like that. Like,
Right.
Like I told you, my dad said they were fucking awful live.
Right.
Yeah.
But the
Well-
thing is he's not a top 100.
No.
George Michael. Yes.
Top 100, not this high.
I don't care where he's at in top 100. Yes, sir.
Coltham, and I still think Diana Ross is better than he is. You gonna argue that?
Who?
Diana Ross.
Now look at the chompers on that motherfucker.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's just put it back to Robert Plant. Dio is a better singer than Robert Plant.
Without a doubt.
Oh yeah, without a fucking doubt. Oh,
That's why he don't belong where he's at as compared to where they place
Yeah.
Dio. That's fucking bullshit.
Kate Bush. No.
We love Bush.
Howlin' Wolf. I've heard his name before.
Smokestack Lightning.
I don't know. Lady Gaga.
You fucking kidding me?
Okay.
Not 100.
Let me give you a little understanding.
Drop some
When
knowledge on you.
she is not doing her
Woman's explaining. What?
when she's not doing her pop stuff and she's doing stuff with Tony Bennett, she has a gorgeous voice.
She does. I'll
I've
give
heard that shit.
I'll give her
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
she does
I'll
have a
give her
really
that.
good
That's pretty good.
voice.
No, she does have a good voice, but it's
so
just
she
like
does have a beautiful voice. It's just when
it's
she does
more or
her
less-
pop stuff.
I'm only bitching where certain people are placed and where they're not placed, really.
Yeah, but I want to give the part of do they have a beautiful voice or not? Should they even be?
Yeah, no,
in
she is a
this?
good singer.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I think she should be in.
I
here
think she's a
where
better
they're
singer than,
placed.
to be honest with you, I think she has a better voice than Robert Plant. Once
I
again.
do.
Oh, yeah.
Not my style of music, though. I would listen to
Yeah,
Zeppelin
yeah,
over
or-
fucking Lady Gaga any day of the week. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
My man is
But when-
next.
Brian Wilson, we already talked about this.
We did.
But what did I say?
I mean, he's
I
not.
think Mike Love should be right there because you're gonna hear a lot more on Mike Love,
Right.
which is his cousin, in the Beach Boys than you do necessarily. I mean, yeah, you get Brian Wilson and you get them, but you hear him a lot more.
I want to go home.
That's where I know him from.
Ooh, big
Wouldn't it
why?
You
Barry
used to-
White. Oh, yes.
Used to play that
Barry
every
White.
Friday at work.
Yep. Yeah, I got bad at work, so I kept playing I Want to Go Home like the last hour. And then it got to like 30 minutes because that was like time to clean up, so and then I'd fucking turn it out.
That's
And
fine
would
shit.
everybody just kind of chuckle?
Yep.
But yeah, everybody knew what time it was. And it was the last 6 months I was working there.
Tina Turner is the queen of rock and roll.
Okay.
No,
Well,
fuck no.
wait a minute here. Let's go through Barry White first.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Barry
you
White
cannot
should be-
skip Barry White.
Barry White should be in the top
Yes,
100. Barry White,
for
yeah.
sure.
You've heard Barry White and you didn't even know it. He's on some of the movies and music's on some.
He's got that.
Hell, even SpongeBob
Yes.
did a fucking
Damn,
parody on him.
just
Yeah.
That voice that's so recognizable when you hear him.
Yeah. Almost a commercial kind of voice.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd call it a commercial voice. Tina Turner at 55? I don't think so. I don't
Not the
think
queen
she's
of
not
rock.
the queen of rock and roll.
No.
either.
I'd give that, to
would
fucking
be Aretha Franklin.
yeah, or
Aretha
fuck.
Franklin's a blues,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
she's blues,
not
not rock.
rock and roll.
But she
I'd
does
say I
sound
wouldn't
like,
put Tina
that would be
Turner.
like Grace Jones or something.
As far
like
as
that.
rock and
And
roll,
she's-
I wouldn't put Tina Turner above Stevie Nicks. I wouldn't put her above.
But I
Art.
really like Tina Turner. I did when I.
No, she's not bad.
No,
I'm just
Tina-
saying
I
she's
mean,
not.
I grew.
She's not the
One
queen
of
of
my
rock and roll.
favorites of her was like in '84.
I'd give that title Janis Joplin before Tina Turner.
Willie Nelson.
That was really. I mean, that was her time to shine.
saw it.
As
when
far
she
as
wasn't getting beat.
As far as country goes, I think he has probably one of the more melodic voices in country.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson does. I'm cool with
I
that.
You're cool at 54?
I mean, as far as just him
I
being.
don't
I
a
think
voice
George
in
Strait's a
general.
better singer.
really like his voice, so.
George Strait's a good singer too.
Have you
Yeah.
have you heard his older
George
music?
Strait's
Not his
way
new.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Willie
I just
Nelson,
never
though, is
really
pretty-
liked
yeah,
Willie
he's-
Nelson's
no,
voice.
he's
Pretty
good.
good too.
He's got a
To me, he shouldn't even be on here.
Who?
on the top 100 to 200.
Neither.
Willie
Oh,
Nelson?
Yeah.
Really?
Really.
He's a better singer than Johnny Cash.
I disagree.
No.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah, he is.
And
He's
a
better
sacrilege.
singer
He's got
than
more
Harry
range.
Macbeth. Here you go, another one. Hey, I have no idea who this is. I'm gonna say no, and definitely not Mick fucking Jagger, man.
Yeah, no.
You know, somebody.
Well, I'm
Dancing
surprised he's not in
in
the
the
top
street.
10 based on its Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah.
Just out of bias.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking about the video. I don't think he should be at 52.
South
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, no. I no. Sade.
No, Sade.
Personally, I think he's
Sade,
a better.
whatever.
I think Mick
Sade.
Jagger's a better
Smooth
actor than he is a
operator.
singer.
Okay, whatever. I'm gonna smack somebody.
She does have a pretty voice when I put her in the 200. Whatever.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, I'm glad you fucking heard. So she says whatever, when I'm saying no.
You'll probably like
Uh,
this one, Mom.
Joni Mitchell.
I like Joni Mitchell. I do.
It's okay.
What do
Not,
you think about the 50?
not 50.
Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart's got a good voice.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know,
I'd probably give her maybe a top 200.
that's a tough call for Rod
But
Stewart
not-
being in the top 50.
I'm good with him being
Yeah.
in the top 50.
I'd be in the top 100, yeah. And because I wouldn't have Joni Mitchell. Top 100, yeah, but not fuck man. Tony Braxton, good singer.
Oh, beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's a good singer.
Oh,
She-
God,
she
I
is.
love
My niece used to listen to shit out of Tony Braxton.
You say anything about Linda Ronstadt that's negative, and I'm gonna beat you.
Well, should she be at 47?
I don't
Linda
think-
Ronstadt has
Thermostat.
a really pretty voice. Is her voice better than like a Tony Braxton? Maybe not.
Does she look
But
like
she
Joe
has a
from?
little bit more versatility. She would sing a lot of Hispanic music. And then she did a little bit of rock. My Papa Bob.
She's on the Facts of
absolutely-
Life.
My Papa Bob absolutely loved her. So wherever she's at, I'm good with. Let's go. Let's move on.
How about number 1? Which be a number 1?
Just let's move on.
Mavis Staples.
You are out of your fucking mind.
What?
Mavis Staples, no.
I don't know who she is.
Ella Fitzgerald, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know who any of these.
James Brown.
I kind of figured he'd
Well,
be
you know
up
who James Brown is.
on this
Okay.
list at some point.
Look.
Although I don't think he should
He
be
was
at
fun.
44, but he's not
But
a
his
great
voice-
singer.
I think Little Richard's a better singer.
I agree.
Yes.
And I don't think James Brown was all that great of a singer. I think he was just talented in, like we said, in the way he presented himself and the way he did his music
I think it was
doesn't necessarily mean that he had a good voice.
It was early, definitely like early rock and roll. Like he had the same like energy as like Chuck Berry, Little Richard.
Yeah.
But they had good voices. He just kind of knew how to slide around and.
That was a stage. It was
Yeah,
a
he
stage
had a
presence.
lot of energy on stage. That was
Ariana
it.
Grande.
So.
Yeah.
I've heard of her, but I've never really listened to her.
Ariana
Yeah,
Grande, not top
I'm
100.
not top. No,
Nope,
not.
I'm good.
Teddy
Pass.
Pendergrass, top 100, yes,
Yes.
but not.
Who did you
top.
play with? Does it say?
It was
trying to-
Teddy.
He was like your
He was-
atypical 1970s bluesy, slow jazz.
Because I'm waiting to see like some like the
yeah,
the dudes from like the Temptations and shit on here, you know,
yeah.
or the Shirelles, like you know some of the older black women are showing on here. I'm thinking
Oh, like
maybe from the Shirelles or
Etta
something,
James,
you know?
yeah. Etta James.
Aaliyah.
Some of these.
Aaliyah, she was the girl that died real young. She was like she played like what do you call it, the vampire queen of the damned.
Oh yeah.
But she was also a singer.
Just because she's dead doesn't deserve her a top in
And I wouldn't have
the
put her
top
in a
50 or even the top 100.
I don't think. I mean, she had a nice voice. I've heard her before,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't consider it being in the top 200. For me,
Right. Louis Armstrong, not a top 200,
again,
but as in
I think
performance,
he was a
as
great
in the music,
performer.
the whole deal, I would, if he was still around, I would love to fucking see Louis
I
Armstrong.
agree.
But, yeah. Curtis Mayfield, really, they are kissing some fucking ass here. I don't think so. Van
Van
Morrison,
Morrison.
I don't fucking think so.
Nope.
We called it. Kurt Cobain's on the list.
Ugh.
Kurt Cobain,
No.
I don't
Fuck
think
no.
so.
See now there again, you're taking a good. They had a great
Nirvana
band.
sucked.
I liked grunge when it started, but I don't see
But
him being a
it's
great
the-
singer.
I would
good
not
s-
fucking put Kurt Cobain
No,
ahead of Ryan
I wouldn't
James
put
Dio,
Kurt Cobain on
Ron
the
Halford.
list.
The majority of this fucking list, I would not put Kurt Cobain ahead of most of these motherfuckers.
No,
No.
And I mean,
He should
if,
be in the
if
top
anything,
300.
you want to switch with Grohl? I'd much rather listen to Grohl's voice
All right,
than
number one,
Kurt
I wouldn't put
Cobain's.
him in the top 300 in his own, with
In his own genre.
no hard rock and
Oh,
heavy
okay.
metal. I wouldn't, the grunge, the whole bit. When they classify that whole thing, I wouldn't put him in the top 300 of that, let alone all the fucking world.
But see this is where they're getting popularity or
Uh-huh.
even good, well-written songs.
They had fucking Courtney Hole on this shit.
Yeah,
I don't know who that
Yeah,
is.
Courtney Love.
Courtney
Oh,
Love.
Courtney Love.
Yeah, they.
Did I say Courtney
Hall.
Hole because
She
that's
did
her
Hole, that
that's
was-
her
And she was
Hole.
above fucking
Dio.
Dio. I'm like, what the fuck is she even doing on the list? She shouldn't even be in the top 1,000 of that particular
Genre.
genre.
Not at all.
And I'm not counting metal or anything like that, just like that genre. I don't even think there's 1,000 bands out there. Betsy Smith.
You skipped
You
30.
meant you,
Oh, I
Dusty
skipped-
Springfield.
Dusty Springfield,
Oh, Dusty. Oh, I'm way the fuck down there, aren't I?
number
Motherfucker.
35. No.
No, not Dusty Springfield.
And then
No.
34.
Tom York. Who's this guy?
Wolf at the Door, Street Spirit.
No. Hell no. Hell fucking no. And what the fuck is wrong with people? Betsy Smith. They're just throwing names out there. Nope.
David Bowie.
David Bowie. I would agree with.
Not
David Bowie.
32, but
No.
definitely a
Top
top
50.
You think so?
I think
I'd
he's a
say
top
top
50
100.
voice.
I would
I-
say
Top
in
100.
the top 200. but
Yeah, I'd say the
I
top
don't-
200. Like maybe like
I mean, I like David
105 or
Bowie's
so.
music, and
Yeah.
I like him as somebody, but am I gonna say that I like his voice better than Ozzy's or Ronnie James?
Yeah, I'd like him better than Ozzy.
Do you like him better than Ronnie James? Do you?
No.
No. But
I don't, too.
the thing is, he's got Ozzy shouldn't be where he's at,
No.
and David Bowie should be.
David Bowie has a good voice.
Yeah, and he's got
I'm
different
not
range,
debating
too.
that. I just don't know if I would consider him to be in my top.
I don't know how you guys are gonna feel
100.
about this, but I liked Bowie's older voice. You know, when he was getting close to, like, when he was getting real sick and shit. That darker, almost sadder voice. I thought he sounded really
Oh,
good.
baby, my Luther.
Luther Vandross. Yeah, I would go with Luther in the top 50.
Luther.
Hank
You
Williams.
ever listen to Luther?
I
No?
wouldn't agree with Hank Williams being 30. I think
No.
Junior's a better singer.
Definitely, he was definitely a game changer in country music, though.
Oh yeah, he was a game
Oh,
changer
for sure.
Yeah. Hey, you're good looking.
If you listen to, like, I
Yeah.
think probably the song where his voice is probably, like, at its peak, it was probably Moaning the Blues. That's a good song by Hank Williams, where his range kind of, really shows.
Cold Water, I remember. Yeah.
Shaka Khan.
No.
No, I'm going to tell you.
No. Here we go.
Shaka Khan has a great rhythm in her voice. Take a minute, listen to it. In some of her slower songs, she does have a really pretty voice, but I wouldn't put her in a
We're in
top
a
200
top 50
voices.
is damn near perfection every time.
Yeah, I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
She was more into the pop, early pop in the 80s. So
The Dolly Parton.
Yeah, Mahalia Jackson. No. Gospel singer, decent enough.
Dolly Parton's got a good voice.
yeah, she does.
I would say top 200, not 27.
No, not 27.
Maybe close
Not
to
better
100.
than Diana Ross.
Maybe close to 100, but not in the top 200. Or not in the top
Not
30.
better than Diana Ross.
Paul McCartney.
Paul
I'm good.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. It's
I'm good.
top 50 for me.
I'd say closer to 100.
Mary
Yeah.
J. Blige.
Nope.
who the fuck is that?
She's another.
She's okay.
Mary
but-
J. Blige is another Patti LaBelle, another.
George Jones. No. I wouldn't put him at 24. Hank,
Yeah.
fucking Willie Nelson has a better voice than George Jones. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
might as
fine.
well have Conway Twitty. up
You know,
there.
I'm just thinking of the country, vocals. Dolly Parton has a better voice than fucking George Jones.
Smokey Robinson. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
That
All
dude. Yeah, you
night
know.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adele.
Adele. No, motherfucker, man. What's wrong
Not
with people?
above Smokey Robinson.
No, it's more of a popularity thing than it is.
No,
the-
I love
the
Adele's
actual
voice.
vocal
Adele
fucking-
has a
talent.
She has a nice
She-
voice, sure.
She does have a like. I'm good with her being better than Dolly Parton. I'm good with her. She's got a very interesting vocal, and the way she can hold a note and the way she does stuff. I love her voice. I love it.
Why? Again, like
Nina
I said,
Simone.
be at 22.
No. Marvin Gaye. Fuck yeah. He should be in the top 100.
Yeah,
Good voice.
Marvin
Maybe not at
Gaye's,
20,
yeah,
but
beautiful
definitely
voice.
up there.
He had a beautiful voice.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye's good. Frank Sinatra.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
sure.
baby Frankie.
Top 50.
You know it.
Sheila
I'm
Sheila
gonna
Cruz. Sorry.
Fucking, I'm
At
having.
18.
Now I've got Frank Sinatra in my head.
No, I don't think so.
Elvis Presley.
Oh, Elvis Presley at 17. Finally.
Love me some Elvis.
I would say, I'm okay with
I'm
top
okay with
20.
that.
Okay,
Yeah,
top 20.
I'd get in top 20.
I think his voice was a lot better in his later stuff than his earlier shit.
Yeah, you hear over every album.
But
and everything.
his earlier shit I kind of like better. I think it was heavier stuff.
Yeah, it was heavy
Yeah.
shit.
But that's the thing.
Prince.
When he got older,
No, I don't think so.
he had a
Not,
lot
not,
of practice.
Not that
I
far
don't-
down the list. No.
no, not at 16.
No.
Not above Michael Jackson
No, I
Not
think
above
Michael
Michael
Jackson
Jackson.
and Prince should
Or-
be close
or Elvis
together.
Presley. They should be.
I think they should be 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
If you're gonna, they should be one right after
Yeah.
another because I think Prince.
Bob Dylan, are you fucking kidding me?
Bob fucking
God,
Dylan.
no.
Oh man,
No.
he's got his fucking balls in somebody's mouth.
No.
Fuck no.
Bob
No.
Dylan has a terrible voice.
Yeah.
He was a great songwriter.
Like fucking Neil
Hands
Young.
down.
Terrible.
Absolutely.
Hands down, but as far as like vocal talent, absolutely not.
Because you don't even know half the
No.
time what the fuck.
Whoever itemized this article is a fucking moron.
Now his
Just saying.
son,
Yeah, you're fucking
his
right.
son that is in the Wallflowers. I forget his son's name. He's got a beautiful voice. His son does.
Freddie Mercury. Now we're fucking talking.
No, yeah, we're talking. Freddie Mercury's got.
I'm good. I'm
with
good.
I'm good with that placement.
Patsy Cline.
Patsy Cline, nice,
Yeah.
nice. That's a
Yeah.
good one. That's a good one. I wouldn't put.
John Lennon.
No. John Lennon does not go
See,
above
I
Paul
think
McCartney.
I think Paul McCartney should be better than John Lennon.
I don't think John Lennon be. I don't know. I don't know if I want to put him.
See,
in the top.
it's
nowhere near.
it's a popularity fucking.
Yeah, that's what it
contest.
is.
It's
It's
not.
like
This is
fucking
not.
ass kicking.
This is not based on fucking vocal talent.
Okay,
It's
but
order. Like,
but
it's not.
let's face it. When you listen to John Lennon without the Beatles, his voice kind of changes, and you can hear just the smooth melody of his
Mhm.
voice. Like even in Woman, when he sings Woman, it's just he's got a beautiful voice. I love his voice.
The Beatles are
He's got a
legendary.
good voice,
The
but
Beatles
he's
are
not-
legendary. Don't get me wrong, but as far as John Lennon is a better vocalist than most of these motherfuckers, no.
I
Yeah.
think he is. So for me,
I don't think he's better than Elvis or Freddie
Yeah,
Mercury.
I don't.
He's
think
not better than
yeah,
Freddie
he's not
Mercury.
better
He is
than-
not better than fucking Ronnie James Dio. He is not better than Rob
Yeah,
Halford.
he's not better.
He
than
is not
Bruce
better
Dickinson.
than fucking
So
Adele.
he's better
Just
than Bruce
say it.
Dickinson, would you say? Am I being fair? But Bruce wasn't even on here, and he's
No.
a fucking far superior singer than Ozzy Osbourne.
Little Richard.
Little Richard.
Could you imagine if Yoko Ono was on this fucking list?
I don't think.
Jesse, I'd break my tablet.
I think Little Richard's good. We already talked about Little Richard.
I don't think
We
he's
all
number
know.
11 though,
But
No.
he's not. He's.
by any means.
I don't even think he's top 100.
But he's definitely a
Top
you know
200.
he's definitely a game changer.
Because
For sure.
he's so
Yeah.
different. He's so different.
Yeah.
hmm
His style of music is so different.
Yeah.
Al Green.
No.
Al Green is some good shit right there. Would I put him as 10? No, but man, the way he sings his stuff.
Yeah. Otis Redding.
Oh, I love Otis
Yeah.
Redding.
Would you agree with 9 or?
No.
I didn't
No, I'd have put him up higher.
Beyonce,
but
are you fucking kidding me?
They have Beyonce at number 8. I'll bet the whole list closed out with black people.
Now,
Fuck
Beyonce
Beyonce.
should be
Surprise?
in the top
I wouldn't be
100. I could see Beyonce being in the top 100, but in number 8, no.
I'll give her top
Oh.
120, but not at number
No.
But
8.
she does have a really good
Jesse
voice.
Schroeder, 120. Stevie
Stevie
Wonder,
Wonder.
not that high, but definitely in the top 100
For
Yep.
sure.
for
Ray
sure.
Charles.
Not number 6, but in the top 100 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah Carey, no.
Oh my
No.
God, really?
But now-
no.
1 second. I will give it to her.
Whitney
she,
Houston better be on this fucking list.
she can do. Mariah Carey can.
Diana
at least-
Ross is better than Mariah Carey.
Yes. But what I'm trying to say is that she can do very, very, very high notes that not a lot of people can do.
Most
Where-
women can because women have a higher falsetto than
I-
men.
I understand that.
She can
She's-
keep
yeah,
it.
she's a
She
little-
really
She-
does have a good voice.
No, she does, but I don't think she.
She
number
can almost
5.
hit a note called G24. She did not get it, but she got very close to it. G24, which is essentially on the first string of a guitar, the highest string, go all the way up at the last fret you can. And it's that note. She can do a couple notes before that. She can do stupid high and hold it. So she has vocal capability, but in terms of actual sound, like singing quality, I don't particularly care for her.
Yeah, Diana Ross is better. Billie Holiday, as much as I do like Billie Holiday and that generation of blues, and that was a real good, pre-metal, pre-rock and roll. I don't think she should be a number 4.
Oh, too
Should be the
marvelous
top
for words.
100.
Okay. I was
And
trying to
then
remember.
Sam Cooke should not be up here in number 3.
You're right. It's all black.
Whitney Houston is number 2.
I wouldn't peg her at number 2,
And
but
number 1 is Aretha Franklin.
And
Yeah.
no fucking way.
Okay,
Whitney Houston
I'm
should be
telling
above
you.
Aretha Franklin.
If you're gonna
Whitney's
put
better.
these women in here, Whitney Houston should be number 1 then.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're gonna do this, Whitney Houston.
And
should
they don't
be
even
number
have
1.
Bruce Dickinson in there. I'm fucking disgusted.
Not ever.
I'm horrified.
Fuck
in
Rolling
this.
Stone. Why the fuck do you even read this
Ozzy
shit?
was on here.
Just
and
getting me
fucking-
everyone all fucking angry.
Yeah.
Ozzy was on here and Bruce.
I
wasn't.
think that's the point. Is pissing everybody off.
Dude, that's fucking
Because
weird.
you have Ozzy Osbourne as our vocalist talent, a number 1 vocalist. He would have been number 1, right? Am I not incorrect? Am I incorrect in that? He would have been for metal. He would have been number 1 on the list.
And for me, he shouldn't be number 1 on the list of metal.
Oh, you think Ozzy Osbourne's that good?
No, he shouldn't be.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'm saying. I would never have picked him at number 1 in metal anyway.
Oh yeah, fucking Rob Halford would have been way higher.
Oh,
So,
for sure.
I
They're
don't-
just they're missing so many though. Like,
But it's because they don't listen to their music.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the
no.
problem.
It's because they have these.
this was
season-
a popularity contest. This was not based on actual vocal fucking skill, range, talent. None of that shit. It was all popularity. A popularity
Yeah.
award is all.
All but Freddie Mercury. He is
Like
really
Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan was what, number 23 or something? Are you fucking kidding me?
Now, see,
Yeah,
like,
Bob Dylan
No.
shouldn't be on that.
He was a
fucking
game
list.
changer. Don't get me wrong. A kick-ass songwriter, absolutely. But no, as far as a singer, no.
but now
No,
with
fuck
like
no.
Whitney
I
Houston,
wouldn't put him in the top 500.
I wouldn't have Whitney Houston at number 2. I would have her quite a bit high up on this
They
list.
did not even have Celine Dion.
No, well,
But I wouldn't have her at number 2, and Aretha Franklin should be fucking below.
I
Whitney
think
Houston.
they're just. I don't know who's done the list, but
Do you know how many like power metal vocalists are like better than most of those motherfuckers?
Oh, yeah.
Well, and it's like, okay, so you sing R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Okay, fine. You want to listen to some Respect? Okay, it's fun. It's got a cool music to it. But her vocals to keep them, no.
No.
Whitney Houston, you put her in
Was
and sing
nuts. Yeah.
this song, and it's beautiful and it's meticulous and it's got like harmony,
But-
and it's got, you can feel her music, you can feel her voice. You don't feel Aretha's voice, or I don't.
I'm just dumbfounded as to how
Yeah.
can you have like Dio and Rob Halford but not have Bruce Dickinson? I don't get that.
Well, this is what I think. I think really Bruce Dickinson gets the shaft all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Really?
Iron Maiden
He
is
does.
not an underrated band by any means.
No, they're
They're
incredibly
considered
popular.
number 2, if not number 1, greatest heavy metal band of all time.
yeah,
So
currently.
I
yeah.
don't know why they're.
Now that Sabbath's
But
called
and
quits.
so you're gonna tell me that Neil Young, the likes of this motherfucker, and what's his face,
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen and a few others on that fucking list are better than fucking, Halford or even
Absolute
Ripper
Dio
or fucking Axl Rose.
Yeah, because
or,
I don't even.
yeah, where the fuck was Axl Rose? Where the
Yeah.
fuck was Angus Young?
Axl
Not
Rose
Angus
was
Young,
on
but,
it.
Actually,
Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson or even fucking Bon Scott.
Axl Rose was on there.
Bon Scott
I
wasn't
didn't see
on
that.
it, and Brian Johnson weren't on it, which I figure they should have been if Axl Rose
like
was
Brian
on.
Johnson's got if you're gonna have, don't jump over the table.
Johnny
if you're gonna
Cash.
have Johnny Cash on there, you should damn well have fucking Brian Johnson on the motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying is
You know.
Johnny Cash is awesome because I like that style because it's dark. It's almost fucking Johnny Cash influenced a lot of metal and shit. But as far as vocal range, he didn't have a lot of range.
No,
He was
didn't.
flat, but it worked with what he did
Mhm.
very well. Because I like Johnny Cash too. I listen to a lot of fucking Johnny Cash.
Well,
back
but
in the
and
day.
that was the thing is a lot of the reason why a lot of the songs he did, he changed the pitch and everything of it, was he said whenever I do a cover of someone's song, I write it or I rewrite it as if it's my song.
Shit, I'm not a fan of Slipknot, but fucking Corey Taylor should have been on there.
Corey Taylor is a
Sorry.
better singer than a lot of these people.
No.
Fucking Matt Barlow from Iced Earth should have been on there.
All right,
for
now
God's
here
sakes.
you go. This is a 2008 list. Sing it, rock, and this is from another rock artist who made the original Rolling Stone 2008 list. The original list was doing the list of 100 greatest singers of all time. Do not appear on the 2023 list. Steven Tyler was number 99 in 2008. Don Henley was number 87. Sly and the Family Stone, was 78. Greg Allman was 70.
Paul Rogers.
Paul Rogers was 55. Jim Morrison was 47. Jim Morrison didn't appear on the fucking list.
Yeah.
You know, now when you put this shit in perspective, you're like, oh, holy shit, man.
That
some of these
first
singers
list is
are
a
fucking
lot
good.
better, yeah.
Neil Young was on the fucking list at number 37. This is what I'm
That's
talking
bull.
about. Neil Young, what the fuck, man? Who the fuck thinks this guy's a good singer?
He's the Canadian fucking Bob Dylan is what he is.
There you
When you
go.
think about it.
Yeah. Bob Dylan and, you know, fuck, man. All right, here we go. Every rock and metal artist on Rolling Stone 2023 list, best singers, okay. On number 12 was Elton John. John Lennon. Sorry. He was number 5 on 2008's list.
Freddie Mercury is a better singer than John Lennon.
Oh, yeah, by far. And Freddie Mercury, we all know, he had a fucking range that beats out most everybody.
Yeah.
He could have done anything. Freddie
And
Mercury was 14 on this list. On
actually, that's
2008
not
list.
that's not much different from his current position.
No, he's 18 on the 2008 list. So he went up, and I think that's probably because of the movie and shit.
Yeah.
Somebody watched the fucking movie, so the people at Rolling Stone, I saw the movie, it's pretty good.
Well,
Well, that wasn't Freddie Mercury singing. That was fucking, what's his face, Rami, whatever his
Yeah.
name is.
Which
He did a really good
he did a
job.
very
He did
good job.
I think he did a wonderful job.
but you know what I love about Freddie Mercury is not only was he a spectacular singer, his performance. He was a performer. He could perform. He got the crowd involved all the time. Did freaking vocal tricks with them.
All
I
right.
mean, he was an entertainer.
So we got Paul McCartney was number 26, right?
Yeah.
It was number 11 on the 2008 list, which is still a little high, but
Yeah.
you know, Paul McCartney should be better than John Lennon. Thom Yorke from Radiohead was number 34. Kurt Cobain, number 36, but he was number 45 on the 2008 list, and he should have been down farther.
Should have been on the list.
Shouldn't have been on the list. Number 52, Mick Jagger,
He should have
was
been
number
on.
16 on the 2008 list, which he should have fallen completely off the fucking list, I think.
I don't understand what
He especially should be.
Well,
Okay,
here we go.
so-
At least Robert Plant was 63 in number 15 2008 list, so he's fallen pretty far.
And that's okay.
But you also look at the times too. And I would have been fine if he would have fallen down to 200. But you look at the times too. Look where we're in, the PC culture and all that shit.
Yeah, you gotta
So,
you
as you
gotta
were
put
saying,
everybody that's not white up on a pedestal.
You were talking about
Yeah.
Mick Jagger.
If you listen to some of his, like, Mick Jagger's, their slower songs, you can see where he's got a not a pitchy voice.
I just
Right.
don't
Got a real-
understand.
It's not
Like even listen to Angie, that song Angie. He really does have a nice voice, but when you get into the higher, faster stuff, it kind of falls off a bit.
I just don't understand what the big hype is with the Rolling Stones.
I don't. Yeah.
Their older stuff was pretty good though, like, you know, from the same era as like the Who, you know, when they kind of had that same tone and, you know, like energy, but their later stuff that people seem to like more, I don't know.
So, Robert Plant fell 63 from 15 on 2008, which is, yeah, well, I already said that. So he was Bruce Springsteen was number 77 fell from 36 from 2008.
So he's terrible.
Yeah, the people are realizing. But Janis Joplin went from 78 to 28. Or wait, from 28 to 78. From 28 in 2008 to 78 to now.
That's ridiculous.
No, I don't think she's that great.
No, but I'm just saying she should be above.
I think she's
fucking
great,
Springsteen,
but not that
Springsteen.
great.
Yeah, but there was a time that, I mean, look, we didn't really, you know, I got into Janis Joplin when we were 18, 19 years old.
Right.
You know, so it's the times, they all kind of do an evolution, you know, and a revolution of,
Right.
they kind of just keep going in circles. And new kids listen to older stuff, and then that starts changing it.
Right. But Steve Perry went from 66 to 82.
I love me some Steve Perry.
Steamy Nicks is number 93 because she was never on it before. So Chuck Berry went from 41 to 96. Eddie Vedder is 105. That was the other one, Eddie fucking Vedder. Now call me Vedder. Lou Reed, Velvet Underground, from 62 to 107. Roger Daltrey, 61 to 109.
I like me some Roger.
I didn't even know
Yeah.
Ozzy was on here.
Yeah, Ozzy is 112.
That was because you started at 100.
Yeah, 100. Patti Smith was 83. She went to 117. And John Fogerty of Creedence Clearwater Revival. Already talked about this.
Now that's somebody too that had a unique voice.
It was unique. It was consistent. I think that's about all he could do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It was still good music.
Oh, CCR is great.
Yeah, CCR is
Yep.
awesome. 72 to 118. So, yep, that's the. Is that it? Oh no, man. Joe Strummer, The Clash, number 125. Rob Halford, 129. There you go. And
That's-
Courtney
That's fucking
Hull
blasphemy.
was 130. Axl Rose is 134. So and this is where I had a problem too. Was why the fuck is Courtney Hull 130 and Axl Rose is 134?
You ever heard her voice? It's
She's
awful.
But Axl Rose was 64 in 2008. Fell to 134, which is a hell of a fall.
And Ronnie James Dio, in my opinion, has a better voice than all the motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Axl Rose, all of them.
So, Bono, I don't give a shit. He was 32, fell to 140.
Good.
Rightfully so, piece of shit.
You should have fallen
Robert
off
Smith
of
was
it.
never on it.
Yeah.
157.
Bono
Ronnie
should have
James
been on
Dio,
it at all.
165. Morrissey, 166. Fell from 92, 2008. Debbie Harry from Blondie. We already went through this. 168. She was never on it. Iggy Pop, 75 to 176. Yes. Fucking, I don't understand why the fuck he's even on the motherfucker.
Who?
Iggy Pop.
Oh,
Bob Seger.
Bob Seger's great.
He was at 181. He was never on it before.
Wow,
And
so why not?
Glenn Danzig from, Danzig,
Misfits and
Misfits.
Now, how can he be on it and,
And not
Bruce
99.
not be on it?
No shit.
Glenn Danzig is like the evil Elvis Presley. His voice, you can tell he's heavily influenced by Elvis.
I'm just really disgusted
Yeah.
with it.
That's bullshit. Well, Bruce Dickinson wasn't even on just the 2008 list in general,
I know.
which is
That's why I don't understand why he doesn't get the recognition. I don't understand it.
maybe he just doesn't need
Iron
it.
Maiden is and Bruce Dickinson and Steve Harrison. The whole group is pissed off so many fucking people.
Why do you think they don't care if they get inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? They go, it doesn't matter. It's not rock anymore. It's just, it's not. It's crap. They've been passed up for so many different awards.
You
or
see, now they have a
anything.
Metal Hall of Fame,
Mhm.
and I think Anthrax was like one of the first bands to be inducted in the Metal Hall of Fame, and even Scott Ian said, it kind of blows my mind that we're being inducted before Iron Maiden, but
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of these guys looked up to him. Fucking A, man. There it is. 15 Iron Maiden's, in the top list of 15 out of the best-selling albums of all times. So, number 15 is not bad. Right behind under Green Day, which who the fuck bought Green Day? Who the fuck bought Green Day? At least, hey, guess who's around and making a shit ton of money right now? Green Day or Iron Maiden?
Iron Maiden.
There we go.
I was
Linkin
about to
Park,
say,
90 million albums. Who's around nowadays?
I think I was about to say, I don't think I spent a nickel on any of Green Day's music, but Iron Maiden probably well over $100, just in album purposes.
Fucking Journey. Journey's on this at number 16, right under Iron Maiden. Black Sabbath is under Iron Maiden at 17. 79.2 million albums.
Oh, so check this out. You'll like this.
Well, but Black Sabbath, that's a vague because there's two different singers. You're gonna get two different
Seven had
experiences.
three.
Black
Or three different singers.
I think they had 4 actually.
Did they?
Right, yeah.
The
Oh
dude
yeah,
from,
they
the
did.
dude
They
from
had
Deep
4.
Purple, and then they had one other one.
Oh,
They
okay.
had the guy after Ozzy Osbourne, and then it was Ronnie James Dio.
Also, check this out. I posted this on a page on Facebook. Death Angel frontman says he rips off Ronnie James Dio and Rob Halford. If you don't, you're doing it wrong.
There you go.
And I fucking love me some Death Angel.
No doubt, she's a piece of shit.
That's funny.
Gwen Stefani. Yeah, no doubt. Was it
Gwen Stefani.
24? Evanescence 25. Rolling Stones under Iron Maiden. Oh,
So like when I first moved back home after I got out of the Marine Corps, I posted this. I put that in the closet.
nice. So now we've done our top 100 scandalous bullshit.
Everyone's disappointed, disgusted.
I think we should
pissed
come
off.
up with a real top 50, our own top 50 groups. Bands.
Our top 50.
bands.
What?
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy is Bruce Springsteen, Neil Young, all these other fucking people that suck. Kurt Cobain, and Frank Sinatra shows up, which I love, but not Sammy Davis Jr. or anybody else from that era.
Yeah.
Amazing singers that were just had such
Well,
a
Blue
cult.
Eyes had to be there, so I mean, you can't have.
Yeah, Frank had to be in the top 100.
Yeah, no, he deserves his position for a good reason.
Yeah. So, with that being said, do we have anything else on the docket today?
No, we've actually been going for an hour 20, hour 30.
Awesome.
It was a long list.
Yeah, it
A
was
lot of
long
complaining, a lot of arguing.
one. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's not. It is.
Well, it was partially us going between each other, but mostly it was us yelling at the list. Why the fuck is that person on it?
Yeah, why is that person so far up there? Why is this person ahead of this person? Oh, you got a virus.
Yeah. I think it was not just that, it was the death threats and, everything that went on.
Oh, shit, yeah.
If you say one fucking thing about that person, I'm going to slit your throat.
I listened to them. They were my childhood.
Yeah, well, you know what? It just because
You
it's
had
your
your
childhood doesn't
childhood,
mean.
I had my childhood, and
Steamy
I
Nicks.
listened to other stuff, and you didn't.
We have a puppy in the studio. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, she punched me in the face.
Yeah. Fuck. Anyway. Well, that'll do it. We're playing with the dog now. We're getting sidetracked. The show's off the fucking rails. Holy shit, we got animals in here. Alright, well, without further ado, I guess we're done for the night.
Hey.
This has been a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Top 200 Rolling Stone and Obituary. Go out and buy it.
Because if you don't, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. Just like if you don't copy Rob Halford. You don't necessarily have to get that. That's a limited edition album, by the way.
Just buy Dying of Everything,
Yeah,
whether
Dying
it's
of Everything's pretty good.
Whether it's on vinyl, CD, cassette, 8-track, if they still make those,
Yeah.
MP3, just buy
I
it.
wish they did.
Support the band because Obituary fucking rules.
Yeah. Have a good night, and you know, have a pleasant fuck off, I guess.